I want to talk to you today about the fastest way to really elevate your career. Because if you're somebody who's experienced things like you walked away from a conversation at work thinking, what just happened there? That did not go the way that I wanted it to. Or if you tried your best to be clear in a conversation and you still got misunderstood and now you're having this conversation again, or if you've ever kept quiet so that you could avoid conflict, but it ended up creating this resentment towards other coworkers, you are not alone in this. And more importantly, you're not the problem. The problem is nobody ever taught you the skills to deal with these things. And that's where emotional intelligence comes in. And today I'm going to show you exactly how emotional intelligence can be the fastest way to elevate your career and give you that clarity and communication, that ability to connect with others, and even increase your income and get you into that position or that role that you've been going for so long. But before we dive into all of that, I want to tell you a personal story about when I was managing. And I've managed for over 10 years. I always got into these management roles really, really quickly, and I didn't completely understand why. And when I started managing people, I really thought I was doing a great job. I was trying to make sure that everybody felt comfortable with me and people were coming to me with their problems and their issues and things that were going on. I felt like I was really playing the role of manager well. But in that effort, I was doing people pleasing tendencies. I was applying people pleasing tendencies, and I was really avoiding some hard truths. And that created an environment that looked good on the surface, but tension was brewing underneath. And if I didn't show up to work as the manager, then there would be inter-staff arguments that would be blowing up. They would be loud. There would be screaming matches. And that's not doing a great job at management. I really wasn't showing up the way that I could have been. And once I realized that I didn't need more technical skills to get around this, what I really needed was emotional intelligence. Once I learned it and applied it, everything changed. Everything. And I was getting promoted like normal into these positions. But even if my life changed at home and I wanted to step down out of a role whereby I was needed more, I was finding my employers were finding other titles that they could give me just so that they could continue to pay me what they still already did because they wanted me there no matter what. I kept my raises in my salary and I get promoted and I would get consistent raises time and time again. And I finally felt confident as to how I needed to show up in the workplace. So, what exactly is emotional intelligence? Well, it's the ability to understand, manage, and respond to emotions, your own and others, effectively. And it impacts every part of your work life. It impacts your conversations. It impacts the conflicts that you have. It has a role in your confidence and how you show up in the workplace and how you collaborate with others and how they collaborate with you as well. And in turn, this impacts your entire career growth. So whether or not you are moving up in the workplace or are getting raises that you are expecting and working towards. And studies show that professionals with higher levels of EQ earn up to $29,000 more per year. That's not nothing because they don't just do a job. They lead and communicate and influence with calm and clarity because they're exercising their skills in emotional intelligence. Now, when most professionals come to me with the same core issues over and over and over again, like consistent miscommunication, team tension, and unclear expectations, struggles with confidence, especially when they're in a conversation that could be a game changer for their career, and getting overlooked for raises and leadership roles. If this sounds familiar, if any of this sounds familiar at all, it is not a reflection of your skill because a lot of us take it really personally, right? When we don't get that raise and we've been working so hard, right? It's not a reflection of your skill. You're probably excellent at what you do. What it is a reflection of, though, is how well equipped you are emotionally. Okay? I'll let you think about that. Now, what happens when you do learn EQ and you start to apply it? I'll give you an example. One lady I was coaching, she had been in this position at this workplace for a very long time. It was in healthcare. And she had been waiting to be promoted to a manager. She was already doing everything that they needed. She was showing up basically as one, but she was not getting the title and she was not getting the pay raise to go along with it, right? She was doing all the work and reaping none of the rewards of that work. So after a few sessions of coaching her on emotional intelligence, she was then able to build the confidence to go into a conversation with her employer, talk about the things that mattered, and get herself not only that role immediately, but that raise the same day. And she had been waiting for 5 years to get this. And it happened in one conversation, one day. So it's incredible, right? This is really the power that emotional intelligence can give you to really gain control of your responses, your relationships that you have in the workplace, and get the desired results you want for your career. So, how do you start with building your emotional intelligence right now? Well, I'll tell you. I bundled together 3 of my most powerful courses, ones that I've used with over 2,500 professionals to create something accessible, affordable, and effective. And it is called the Complete Emotional Intelligence Toolkit for Professionals. All right. And it includes number 1, my follow through with good communication. So it's really going to help you be able to communicate effectively in the workplace to, again, have better responses between you and your coworkers. The next course is the Elevating Professional Relationships piece. So it's really going to highlight and focus your interactions with others so that you're, again, getting to those desired outcomes and getting those responses that you want from people. And then the last one is Mastering Management with Emotional Intelligence. So whether you're in management or not, this is still incredibly beneficial because, again, it's helping you look at the overall picture. And maybe you're somebody who's aspiring to move up into leadership. This is going to help give you the tool sets to get recognized to move into that position. Now, this bundle is over 9 hours of video content with tons of practical tools. It has workbooks for each one of these sessions, as well as you're going to get lifetime access to it. And right now, I'm going to give it to you for $47 when it's normally valued at $180. So you don't need to keep second guessing yourself at work and whether or not you're doing a good job, because you are, right? We already talked about that. You know what you do, and you don't have to, or you don't need to wait until another review cycle to maybe get noticed. And you don't need another 10-step productivity hack to try and get you the results you're looking for. You're already very productive. You work hard and you're good at what you do. But we do need to elevate our emotional intelligence to get you to where you need to be. You need a skill that empowers you to think, speak, lead, and connect with emotional intelligence. That is the skill that's going to get you where you want to go in your career. And this bundle will walk you through it step by step. And by the way, you can start with whatever course you want. They don't need to be taken in succession. If you know you need to work on your professional relationships, start there. If you're a manager and you want to get right to the management piece, start there. It does not matter where you start. You know you best, and you know where you need to jump in. Okay, so now that we've talked about all of this, you really came to this video because you knew that you wanted to grow in your career, right? You know that you're ready for things like more clarity, connection, and confidence. to get you to the work environment that you want to be in and the income bracket that you want to be in as well. So let's make that happen. What you can do is you can click the link below to get instant access to understanding all there is you need to know about this toolkit and bundle and claim your own right now. It's self-paced, so you can do it in your own time, and everything is very actionable, so it can be applied immediately after you learn it, and you're going to see the results really, really quickly, which is phenomenal. And it will change the way you show up at work forever. So again, it's only $47 for lifetime access to it. And really, it is the one decision that is going to make your work life extraordinary. So I highly recommend you go over and have a look and claim yours right now.